Hello, and welcome back to the final word. It's been a long time since our last one. I am Adam, of course, joined not by Jake. He's unfortunately deathly ill. I'm instead joined by the current, the reigning, defending CCW champion Rex. Thank you for coming
The
on.
greatest CCW champion. Get it right.
The greatest CCW champion of all time, of course, proved by his retention tonight. Well, not tonight, the other night. We're just going to be obviously doing a bit of discussion, a bit of back and forth about the show, getting our thoughts, that kind of stuff. I think we'll just get right into it then.
Alrighty.
Right, cool. I mean, so the first match of the night was the Drago Caesar Open Challenge. This obviously I knew this was coming because I've had a couple of discussions with obviously Callum and others who make these matches. What did you make of this match personally? Because I don't really want to give my opinion because obviously
I was not expecting him to win. I really was not.
No, he got his ass whooped for like a good 7 or 8 minutes. I was sat there with him trying to coach him through the match, trying to make sure he stayed nice and calm when he was doing when he was getting whooped. I think really the turning point when during this match was when he kicked out of the double Drago. Like if he hadn't have got that kick out, he would have been embarrassed. Like that was like 7 minutes in. I don't even think Drago had got to a red yet. I think he was sort of like halfway down his yellow, and he just kept it in. Callum Everett just stayed in it. And then,
it took about 10 minutes for Drago to finally turn red.
Yeah, and when he did, Everett obviously he hit the knee. Obviously got the reversal. That was big moment there, which a couple of minutes later obviously allowed him to get the pinfall with the roll. But like I think that is probably the loudest I have ever heard him shout when he got him in the roll up. It was like Bulldog at like SummerSlam '92, I think it was, or one of the SummerSlams. That kind of finish. It was so perfect. Like
Drago does not have a good history with those roll-ups.
No, I've been told that the last time he lost in a singles match was also by a roll-up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think fair play to both people. This was a really like unexpectedly good match. Obviously, I knew it was going to be good. Having watched it a couple of times, but it was really well received. I think obviously congratulations to Everett for his first title as a rookie, and that would become a bit of a theme of the night.
Rookies taking belts, a running theme.
Yeah,
this one was definitely the best match of the start of the card. Cause
yeah. I think overall this show kind of it started off really well with a couple of good matches, and it kind of dipped off a little bit. But then when we got to the Ashley Moore Valk match, that was really the kicker into the last like portion of the show. I think other than the Solomon Kane promo, which we may have to discuss a little bit.
Oh boy, I cannot wait to talk about Solomon Kane.
We'll get there, don't worry. So we moved on with the show. We obviously got a bit of Jess to just continue to put his all into his writing. Like, do you know his situation with trying to move house and trying to move across country and stuff?
I've only picked up brief bits and pieces. I think he moved to New Zealand for a bit, and then is coming back to the prison lands. So he's been gone from the game for quite a while now.
Yeah, he's obviously had a lot of trouble trying to obviously get his stuff across. I think the fact that he's been so persistent with his RPs and not at one point lost that enthusiasm. Kind of I'm just hoping. I'll be really happy for him if obviously eventually when we get to Lucian, we get that match with Capo. That it will live up to
He's been pushing hell on earth. That even without a console, he's doing his best to make sure that match gets on Lucian. And as Jay said, that's one of our confirmed matches. So we're finally going to see the end of this feud.
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So and then we had this good bad idea promo. I didn't really. I mean, it was a bit confusing on the stream. It didn't really fit anywhere. Suppose I guess it was either Cass or H2O making it. I couldn't really tell who it was calling the good guy. I mean, I suppose, well, if I remember rightly, it was H2O winning the title as the good idea. Cass pinning H2O
the next month was the bad idea.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it might have been a cast promo just for that part.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fine. Video things are always kind of you have to get your point. Like, well, yeah, when you're in like I don't really know how to describe it, but so in such like this show, which is so dominated by writing and in general OCW is dominated by words, bruh. When you want to put a video in, you need to be quite to the point, quite snappy with it. Otherwise, people just aren't going to pick up on it. Yeah. We moved on. We sort of had the start of like the Aries Austin Lee saga for the night. This was a really good segment for me. I mean,
good old shades of Hellman.
Yeah. I genuinely can't wait for Aries and Lee to have their match. I suppose it'd be at Resolution, I guess. I mean,
no.
Will it not? Road to Glory. All right.
And then possibly.
Yeah. Maybe. I was going to say the only qualm I've had with this Lee Aries feud, I think maybe the tag team split was a little bit rushed and a little bit of an afterthought. Like they did the tag team stuff, got up really quickly, won the titles within like a month or two, and then they lost the titles within a month. And then I think they split in an RP, which I generally think that tag teams, like heel turns and stuff would work better in video. But
trust me, we wanted to do video for it, but there was just so much moving parts that it was just impossible.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. That's cool, but again, I think they're doing the best with it what they've got. I think this is a really good feud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Obviously, the match will be great because there's kind of like 5 or 6 guys at Turmoil, which are the upper echelon, and these two are part of it.
I think this match will depend on how well Austin comes into it, because it'll either be an amazing match or Austin's going to get his ass handed to him, which has happened before.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Move on. We had a Billy Saturn is coming promo. I don't remember anything about this other than the image of Saturn. And
all I remember is during the video stream with this playing right after and not knowing, is he taking digs at the top guys or was this another promo?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I remember which one. It was pretty edgy, if I remember rightly. Yeah. I think this maybe didn't belong on the pay-per-view. I think this could have been. This could have been.
I feel like it can go on a pay-per-view that shouldn't have been on the stream itself.
Yeah. But I guess he's got the future now ahead of him. So good luck to him.
He got his pay-per-view debut. He better not fuck it up.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, talking of pay-per-view debuts, we'll get to that.
Oh boy.
We had this RP about the kid and his briefcase. I think this was yours, wasn't it? This was part of yours.
This was not mine.
Was it? Oh, I thought it led on to your bit about Scumchester.
No.
Oh, well, this was.
No. Believe it or not, I wasn't involved with this promo.
Huh. Well,
or the other one. I did not promo on this show. I just happened to feature in one.
Oh. I don't know. This confused.
I don't know who this was.
Confused me though. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't tell me who made this promo. It doesn't tell me who it's about, so I didn't get anything from it.
Guess it's one of those typical. We'll find out. No idea though.
No. And then we got to the second match of the night: Cassidy Hayes versus H2O.
Cassidy Hayes, H2O. Definitely not their best match together, to be honest.
No, I think it didn't really help that there was quite a lot of botches with the game in the match.
But that's H2O.
Yeah, and I think there was a point where Cass tried to do that running Spanish fly, and he just ended up like shooting star headbutting him in the chest. He just looked kind of terrible, but
that move is a bad fucking hit.
Yeah, I think especially online, if there's any kind of button delay or anything like that, it's just not even worth.
You miss or you just do something ridiculous.
Yeah. I think of this feud as in general is kind of died a little bit with just the amount how drawn out it's been for so long, and it's been like quite frustrating, really. how long, because obviously you had H2O winning the title, then H2O losing the title, and then this match, which came 4 weeks after, or a couple of weeks after he lost the title. So that's what, 3 months waiting for this one-on-one match. Because obviously we obviously started at Devil's Night with Nomad dropping out. I think this really should be the end of this feud now. I think we could just like move on from it. This match was fine. Obviously, it wasn't a bad match in any sense.
Yeah, definitely. There was bad matches on this show. It was not a bad match. It just wasn't the best match.
It was a bit. What's the word? It was a bit relieving to see the end of the match. Obviously, H2O picking up the win. I think it's now time for these two to move on onto, I guess.
I think we'll see how that goes, because from the looks of it, the story might not be done, but hopefully the match is for a little while. Just needs to recuperate a little more before it happens again.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Other than that, there was no like game breaking issues other than the botches, but it was good to see H2O pick up his win, his singles win against Cassidy finally. With something he couldn't do when Cass had the title. Well, I mean, I suppose the triple threat, but it's not really a singles win. Well, this was the.
He's never pinned Cassidy.
Yeah, they are. So I kind of missed the super kick though.
Oh yeah, it was a much more out of nowhere finisher. No, it's just
and just from like a selfish perspective, I think when you reverse the finisher, it's a lot. You can do a lot more with it. You know what I mean? So like you do like the miss super kick into like a back move or something like that. It's just a cooler animation to keep the match going. Or you can do like the duck under into a move. I think with that rolling unpretty, I think it's just a kick to the gut. So
yeah, you just grab his foot, do a normal move, or let it go and hit your own.
So yeah, that's that, I guess. We moved on to the return of Prince. I don't know much about him.
Oh, I know Prince very well.
Tell me about Prince, then.
Yeah. Back during me and Prince, we basically came in together. He was the rookie on Riot. I was the rookie on Turmoil. We did some terrible fucking promos against each other when there was a small chance we might have actually had a match, because he might have been moving over to PlayStation. And then he fought Dennis Black as some gay guy.
Right.
Got his ass handed to him, and then disappeared.
And now he's back.
So let's see. Let's see how a year.
Yeah, I mean, let's not give up on him just yet. I think in Discord he seems pretty what's the word? Enthusiastic to get back on the boat, but.
In all seriousness, it's good to see him back. I hope he does something better with his.
Hopefully. I mean, that being said, I mean everyone shows a bit of enthusiasm when they walk through the door. It's just who's doing the Abe Simpson and just grabbing the hat and walking the fuck back out.
Yeah, let him get his ass handed to him, and if he stays around, then there's a good chance, just like the rest of us.
Then we move on to the B17 interview. I thought this was quite good, actually. It came at a bit of a weird...
Yeah,
it came at a bit of a weird point in the stream, because, like, Jake had just finished calling a match, I think it was the Cass H2O match. And then he suddenly just turns into this, almost like, you could just tell he was so tired and so done trying to give this interview to B17. I think Adam did a pretty good. He did a pretty good. Just cut a good promo by OCW standards. Really, I think he really does have the sexual predator voice that I imagine B17 having.
So he's done quite a few of these voice promos, and they are definitely a good part of the character. Either the character or just his shtick in
fair play
general.
to him.
Not a lot of people do voice promos.
No, exactly. It's something different. It was. I think it was a bit rambly in parts, but I think just as a performance and as something different, it was good.
That feels like part of his character, just going off in little rambling spiels.
Yeah. Obviously, the match didn't quite hit the mark. But
we'll get to the amazing match when we get to it. But
so we move on. Obviously, the announcement of the Dragana race match. I feel like this match was probably supposed to be on this show, but obviously it got cut because there was too many matches. No holds barred.
I have no idea. It was never mentioned, so I haven't.
I mean, there's been a couple of bits over the last couple of weeks with Dragana and Ace. I mean, Hopefully, Ace
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
get her ass handed to her, which could happen if the tides turn the wrong way. But that's
Just because he doesn't have a title doesn't mean
no,
Drago isn't
exactly.
Drago.
Then we moved on to the last Blacksmith versus Anime Prince in the Extreme Rules match. Yeah,
Much better
same
than I was
here. I
expecting it to
think,
be. I was
yeah,
expecting
I think
awful less.
Blacksmith has like carved out a nice little niche for himself with like blowing off feuds with Extreme Rules matches. I think in terms of how rules matches should be done, how I like to see them, I like to see people using like the weapons as um, like throwing people onto the weapons rather than just doing the same animation over and over again,
Yeah,
trying to hit someone with a chair in the head or whatever. There was a couple of really nice spots in this match. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think Blacksmith body slammed Anime Prince out the ring. Was it through the table, through the flaming table?
Yeah, Blacksmith took him up over a fireman's carriage, threw him right out of the
I
ring
think
onto a flaming
whether it was a
table.
coincidence or not, I think it was a nice little callback to like the when obviously Blacksmith got chucked out of the ring in 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Mm.
I said the exact same thing during the stream. It looks a
Yeah,
little familiar.
obviously Blacksmith broke his neck a couple of times. Probably got
Not
a
the first
major
time.
concussion falling off the ring. I think this match. I admittedly I did think this was going to be drag a little bit, but it really didn't. Blacksmith
Yeah,
picked up the win here, didn't he? Yeah,
Blacksmith
with
picked
the
up the
most
win.
annoying finisher in OCW history.
Yeah, fucking finish. The one reason I'm not the biggest Blacksmith fan is just because I do not like
Yeah,
his finisher.
I would be inclined to agree. I think it's fine. I think it's fine as like a just a standard strong strike, but I really I don't like.
If he used it
Yeah,
as a
even
sig, I'd
Sig.
be
I
okay
just
with
don't
it.
like the idea of finishing matches with that kind of like. I think even
Yeah,
as far as duck unders go, it's like one of the more rangy ones.
yeah. It's also like this one of the slimmest
Yeah,
reversal sort of duck
yeah.
unders.
It does seem like an absolute bastard to reverse. But I think other than that, I think Blacksmith is just going strength to strength, and I think just another touch on Anime Prince's attire. I did like
Oh
the
yeah,
Mad Mike homage.
the little homage call
I
out, whatever he was
I
pulling here was
yeah, I think
well done.
it reminded me obviously a lot of obviously Velveteen Dream and his whole thing of coming out as legends and stuff. But I think when you do that and refer to OCW legends rather than just like a WWE, like I think that
Yeah,
works a lot better.
that, this is it done
Yeah,
very well. If you're doing the Velveteen Dream thing,
yeah,
do it in
exactly, and that was done really
universe.
well.
Don't just pretend you
Keith,
are Velveteen Dream,
yeah.
Keith.
Anyway, so yeah, this was a very surprisingly good match. Well done to both of them. Yeah.
Absolutely was.
A bit more on H2O. This was the inception. This was a very long-winded promo. I think one of the issues I generally have with H2O and Inception promos in general is they're very long-winded and you don't really get the meat of it until like the last few lines.
I have been feeling. I used to read all of H2O stuff, but reading Riots now, it can sometimes be a bit difficult to get
Yeah, it
through his
just goes on and
promos.
on and on. I think obviously I've been guilty for like the last couple of months of writing some long-winded stuff. I think I've managed to slim that down quite a bit. But this was fine, but I think it was just long-winded. Obviously,
Yeah, it set up the next
yeah, which was
match.
the tag match. I think
Made some mentions.
we had
Yes,
Dupree doing his Dupree thing. Obviously, this was like next to the H2O promo. This Dupree promo was just like quite a stark contrast in terms of how it reads. I think obviously it's been said 1,000,001 times that Dupree makes the ultimate easy to read promo. This was great.
it's
Yeah,
definitely not wrong. Years and years of writing will probably
yeah,
make it very simple for you to put something
yeah.
out
And then
there.
we had just before the match, we had the Flo Joe counter culture announcement video. I think this was good for
It was
yeah.
it was quite funny. It
Yeah,
was a good funny
I
promo.
think it had Gooch written all over it. Obviously, I don't know him particularly well, but just from the bits and bobs that I do know of him, it's just like, the changing of the fonts. I don't even know if that was on purpose. But yeah, it's just
Probably
so
wasn't.
characteristically like suiting. And obviously how this video, I don't know whether it was planned or not, but this video kind of coincided with the Empress video quite well. I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's cool. We moved on. We had a promo with Trey, Cobra, and Court Marsh.
AC, I'm sorry for all the shit I've said about you, Cobra.
I think Cobra this season it has been very good with his whole comedy stuff. He's very much leaning into the idea of him not being very good at the game. I feel like it's at a point where it's not even worth him trying to improve because it is just so like intrinsic in his character.
I mean, I won't lie. When he actually, I'm pretty sure it was.
He did win a match.
He actually won a match, and I can't say I was fearful when he actually pulled it off. Like, oh god, he's done it.
Fair play to him.
What a match.
Yeah. To be fair, I do like the Golden Cobra as like as a mismatched tag team. Obviously, now that me and Everett obviously can't really compete that much in the tag division, or especially for the tag titles going forward for a little bit. I think these two obviously have a nice opportunity now to step up and have a good feud with whoever's the champions after Road to Glory, or because I assume that CQC will get their rematch. Hopefully, yeah, I really do hope so. Speaking of which, we had the match, which was a bit of a shit show. I won't lie.
Just a bit. Court said it himself, Jake. It was definitely representative of how they won the titles.
Mysterious.
It was very, very great, this match.
So, obviously you've had a little bit of experience playing tag matches, probably about as much as I have recently, I guess. Unfortunately. I think, in my opinion, that brawling on the outside is fine as long as both people are doing it and you're not just running over to the other team, dragging them off the apron, hitting them with a running move and then legging it back. I think
that's okay, but that is an interruption, so that would be your only one. Like if someone's getting ready to try and get out and they're the injured one and your tag partner pulls them off the rope, I think that'd be a cool spot. But only once, and you don't do shit after that.
Yeah. I know. Well, yeah, I think it really just come along with the whole like pulling them off kind of thing. That's the interruption. But I think if obviously both teams come into the ring and you have like a stare down or whatever, that's fine. That's just brawling. Like that I think it's fine as long as both teams have agreed that that's how they want to play it. If you want to have like
if there's an agreement that something like that happens, then I could see that being okay.
But I just feel like this match probably deserved to be redone because there was just so many instances where
should have been redone.
100%. I did speak to Jake. He said they would have had time probably to do it because they recorded it the week before, so pretty much as soon as the card came out.
There's also the part. I think my mic was muted when we were talking about this part, but one of the members of Inception got in the middle of the ring and just punched one of or got to the middle of his ropes and punched one of the CQC. That was his interruption, in my opinion. He should not have broke up the pin later in the match. That should have been it.
I just think it was so sour. There's such a sour note to enter the to put an end to the CQC's reign. I really do hope that they get another chance and get it back. Yeah,
they should.
Yeah, I was 100% rooting for CQC because obviously had we not won our matches, me and Everett, we wouldn't have then been able to feud with CQC over the titles. Obviously, thankfully, it's turned out probably the best way it could have, with CQC getting their opportunity back and us still having something to do going into like Road to Glory and in Lucian. But I don't know. This match was long as well. There's so many kick outs, so many breakups.
Yeah, a good couple kick outs is perfectly okay, but
Yeah,
like
there
I
was,
said, there was a breakup that
yeah.
should not have
I thought I think it was didn't Colin Quartz get three uninterrupted finishers? I don't quote me on it, but I think they on their third uninterrupted finisher, that was when they did the breakup. KD broke up the pair.
I don't think that's true. I think
I
it might
think
have been one of the
it was
first or
second or
second with
third.
Quartz
But either
hitting
way,
the
I think
Black
it
Phoenix.
went something along the lines of Rust hit his finisher, tagged in Quartz. About a minute later, Quartz hit his finisher, and then it was a breakup.
Pinned him, and then it
Yeah,
was a breakup. That shouldn't have happened because KD had done an
yeah.
interruption earlier in the match.
Oh, I don't know. It just felt it was just hard to watch at times because yeah.
That's why I don't like tag matches.
I think sometimes they
Shit show.
can go well, and other times they can end up like this match. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's enough about that. I mean, speaking of disappointing matches, we then had first we had obviously the Bray promo. It's just standard. Yeah, just
Good
standard.
promo. Puts over his opponent, tries to put
Yeah.
himself over.
Cool.
Good promo.
Next match, the House of Horrors match between 317 and Code Jackman. This,
I think it's been made very clear this match should not have happened in the House of Horror arena.
I think there comes a point where you do the match and you take a look at it and you've recorded it and whatever. I don't know if time constraints played into an issue or played into it or anything like that. But you just look at the match and for one, would they have played it by doing share play or whatever it is on PS4 where you like play on the same screen when you like link your controllers up to like
the fact that there was no HUD makes me think it was share play. I might have also played into some of the bad parts, as share play does create some pretty bad input lag.
I wouldn't, and also the fact that this now decides the number one contender, like, and it's input lag for the person who's linked up to the person, right?
Yeah, the host gets better input.
This was just it was a bad match. It was boring. It was disappointing, especially for this feud which has been going on for so long. And
if this is how the feud ends, this wasn't the way it should have ended.
I just feel bad. I feel bad for both of them because this feud has been really good over the summer and up to now. But obviously now B17's kind of just now has to move on. But I don't really see any way of this feud rekindling anytime soon. But
I think it might later down the line in different areas. But
I just hope that Code can pick himself up now and move on. Yeah, fair play. Right. We move on to the Empress video with the learning Japanese. This was like
so good.
I think the fact that no one was expecting it either, and it just I'm sure for Empress this video really wasn't that impressive. Like I'm sure she's probably I'm sure she's probably done this a million times, probably drawn a million chibi looking characters, but this was just this was done so well. The music, everything. This was just incredible. I mean, we got it at the Clash, like the first signs of the video, the kind of video stuff that she can make. And she's just kind of come on leaps and bounds now. She's only been here for a couple of months, and she's already a prominent figure in the women's division. Even if she's not that good on the sticks, like she's not won that many matches, I don't think. But she's managed to put herself in this position and put herself over just by putting in work. And fair play, like yeah,
she's like the opposite of Flojo.
So yeah, I mean, the content of the video, like, you know, it's obviously toilet humor, but it just worked really well. Yeah, so well done to her. This was amazing. I know, and it might end up getting turned to a T-shirt. You know, perhaps I don't know. I don't know who's going to buy it, but
I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting for the link.
That's capitalism, right? And then we moved on to the P3 segment of the night. Yeah.
Another bonanza. or OCW
Yeah,
champion.
this was just brilliant. I mean, they never get old. Yeah,
entertaining.
I think just the fact that it's managed to just evolve over the last couple of months. This was just
It's always it's always trying to one up itself by adding something new, and it's still referencing
yeah.
every other pit they've done.
I think that there's just something for everyone here. Like there's obviously references to old stuff and like people who've been around for much longer, but even people like me I've not even been here a year, and I still find this like brilliant. I think just in terms of workload as well, the fact that obviously Drago is very busy. I don't really know what Mugen does, but he's obviously not massively in the mix at the moment with the kind of like the prominent stories in a way. Like obviously they've got the P3 stuff with Matsuda, which I assume is going to culminate at some point in a match. Yeah,
I imagine so.
but yeah, I mean, there's not really much more to say that hasn't already been said. This is just brilliant. Moving on. Once I get to the bottom of it, the ladder match between
This wonderful ladder
this
match.
is by far and away Ashley Moore's best match. Yeah, the character work. I think Ashley really gets her character. Like even like with all the taunting and all the showboating. Yeah, Valk with obviously is an absolute killer of season 14. There was a couple of nice little bits of subtle storytelling here. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm 99% sure that she had the Castianity logo on her kick pads. I'm sure she'd want someone to pick. I'm sure she'd want someone to point that out if that's actually what it was. But I saw the little. It was like an upside down cross with the little flickers on the end. But yeah,
I have to go back and check that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is. It's on both kick pads.
As for the match itself, obviously it was really good. It didn't drag. It was a great ladder match.
I feel like the only place it kind of dragged
with
was
the beatdown, which
the Vincent Belmont-esque beatdown that I still think might have been an accident because I don't think Ashley was supposed to get kicked right out of the ring as funny as it was.
I think the way I saw it, I think they were trying to build up to the poison mist for Empress just so that she could use the mist, but they kind of realized it was dragging and they was like, quick, let's just get this done. Please help, kind of thing. But other than that, obviously Ashley Moore picking up a very big win.
Congratulations on your new apartment.
And that's all that can really be said. Moved on, obviously mining Everett segment, just a little thing going on. Nobody would be prepared. Nobody prepared for the rest of the night. We had Dupree versus Mineo. This match was obviously, firstly, Bobby Minio's music changing really did let me down.
I'm quite sad.
I feel like with enough peer pressure, he's probably going to change it back. Yeah,
I see that happening. Although knowing Bobby, he might absolutely fuck yourself and keep it.
Either way, it's up to him. I feel like the only I think one of the things about this match, it just didn't really seem like Dupree wanted to win. I think there were portions where Bobby was kind of handing him his ass a little bit, and that's not really characteristic of him, like in terms of as a handler.
I mean, it might just be, I say it might be ring rust, but I don't see. After enough years, I don't think you have ring rust anymore, especially if it's against someone you know. It might be possible that was the case.
Yeah,
but,
anyway.
I don't see him as the...
I don't think he'd let him win.
Type of guy.
I'm not saying that.
May have handed them a chance.
Yeah, but other than that, there was no complaints about this match. Obviously, Bobby spending a lot of time not having much success. I'm very happy for him to have that belt finally, or that championship. The champion
winning the belt. winning the belt in a match that is usually seen as the you got handed it, and then immediately being able to defend it
Yeah.
1-on-1 is your okay. It seems
Yeah, and fair play to him
earned
as
this
well.
now.
Being a very big, like a very, what's the word? Prominent, I guess. Very, I don't really know how to describe it, but a big name in Dupree. Yeah, prominent figure.
Prominent figure.
Yeah, that's all we really got to say. We moved on with the second part of the confusing Scumchester promo. You also weren't a part of this.
The one that I was not a part of this.
Maybe maybe it was Aries. Maybe it has something to do with the Roadhouse burning down. Perhaps.
Who knows? Maybe.
No, I assume it will be explained in due time.
Although the fact they got my government name's kind of annoying.
Moved on. And we had the Solomon Kane promo.
Oh boy, here we go. This fucking guy.
You'd like to take the lead on this one?
I genuinely was quite interested for a few weeks of what this could be. And then he put that promo room promo up. And I immediately lost interest.
I got...
Because he went from like this underdog, like, they don't even know my name, but I'm going to destroy this company. And it's like, oh, well, you're another one of those guys. Good luck.
I got really confused because I thought this was going to be my matchup. And then I saw the green, and I was like, what the... He just put his little 5'7" skinny white kid walking out. Like he's the dog's bollocks.
I'm the destroyer of this company. Motherfucker, you're smaller than my arm. Get out of here.
He's like a heroin addict. You know what? He's gonna prove you wrong. I promise you. He's gonna prove you wrong.
Well, he's beat Loki.
He's already top of it. He's already. Yeah, that is the ultimate display of power, I guess.
I should just give him the belt. Let's just give him it right now. He's earned it.
I'm sorry, Solomon Kane. You at least you tried. At least you tried.
Do better next time. You had something for a while. Fucking Zack Ryder looking motherfucker.
Yeah, Empress and
Moving on.
Kind of establishing.
I forgot this promo. I never read this one. Shit.
I mean, there wasn't really. I think it just kind of establishes the. Yeah, well done.
No, I did.
It just kind of established the relationship between. Well, I guess the relationship makes it sound like the partnership. Relationship makes it sound like the
partnership between her, Ashley,
that's
and
the one.
Blaine.
This was fine. There was no problem with it. There was certainly a lot less problems with this than the Solomon Kane promo. And then just before the first main event, we had Quartz with another confusing.
Quartz talking to himself. This is
I think
quite normal for him, I believe.
The only thing I'll say about this, I think these promos of him doing his whole split personality thing works better in text than video. It just looks a lot less cheesy. But I think this was really well done considering. And then move on to my match against Pew.
The match there, to be honest, I didn't. I guess there was a chance that I expected it might be possible for you to win, but I wasn't expecting it. I genuinely didn't expect what happened to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I just went. I went into the match with the mindset of, if I win, I'm set. If I lose, I tried. Pew said to me just before the match, "Fuck me up," so I did go 100% try hard. which and I think a lot of the I did get quite a bit of luck towards the end with paybacks and then that kind of stuff. This match was this match. Yeah, this match was weirdly short. Like considering I was fully preparing for like a 20-minute like epic, and it just I think in terms of the story that Pew's telling with his whole like Pew's not got it anymore, this kind of told a good story of Doc being just faster at every turn. There's a couple of nice moments in here. Obviously, Pew kept hitting the power bombs out of my Hurricane Runner, which like I did it the first time, and then I did it the second time. Then he hit a third power bomb, and he just dropped to a knee. And I think that was a really nice visual. And then from that point, I think towards the start of the match, I had a really good start with like the keeping my reversals above his. I don't really know how to describe my game planning other than just win, like not let him get an edge on me. I'm obviously rambling a bit here, but then I won, and I didn't even say anything. I just went, holy fucking shit, rookie champion, get on my fucking level. And then I had to keep it secret.
First to do it, if I'm right.
Through the whole will he, won't he win. Obviously, a lot of rookies are now going to look at this and think that they can do the same. And I do fully understand that this is massively unprecedented. But I don't know. It was just such a weird experience. What did you think?
It was unexpected, as I've said before, but it was honestly quite entertaining how the ending of the match was you finally hitting a Hurricane Rana out of the pedigree. Finally pulling that one off after all the power bombs. But it was... all I can really say is congrats on somehow...
Thank you.
I don't say somehow. You did it.
Yeah. I don't think you quite understand how religiously I was practicing getting that second reversal on the pedigree.
Oh, trust me, I know the feeling. I prepared for so long, like on my second title match, and try to counter a finisher, and then I failed. So you did a lot better than I did. I also practiced for ages trying to finally counter the code breaker, and then I took it again.
I don't know. This was just like, this has been such a weird turn of events for me.
Yeah, but congratulations on being the first rookie champion in either forever or a long, long fucking time.
I mean,
I think it was said that it's never been done before, so you might be the first in history.
Yeah, I think the main thing that I can take away from this is now that I will forever have something that I can hold over people that come into OCW.
Hello, I am a rookie just like you. I'm also a pro champion. Can I get a title shot? No! Earn it!
I don't know. I think obviously the first one's always the most sweet. I think eventually I'll get sick of it.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like I can be quite proud in knowing that I didn't do it through thirst. I don't think I did it through thirst.
You absolutely not. It was a really good match. You got the major and you finished the job.
Yeah.
I watched that match and it was a pretty competitive match. No first.
Yeah. And obviously we're gonna. I mean, Road to Glory's up, and then if I keep the title there, it's Lucian, rookie defending its world title at Lucian.
A rookie defending at Lucian.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to think that far ahead just yet.
You should. You have to make sure you're in that mindset of I'm.
Yeah. All right. That's enough about me. And obviously we had the promo of Aries burning down the Roadhouse. From what I've gathered,
there is some from what I've gathered is
that Adam didn't actually approve this happening, even though he was all right with it, but he still didn't.
Apparently. I'm not saying anything because, you know, I know both sides, but apparently Adam was not informed that
No,
this was
yeah.
happening.
Um,
So it led to some pretty big issues behind the scenes that I'm not going to get into.
yeah. I
But
mean,
it was a big controversy that was also a
yeah.
tipping point.
As long as it's been resolved now, and I mean it.
I don't think it's one part's resolved, but I don't think the other part's ever going to be resolved.
Well, that's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, that's OCW
Yeah.
for you.
Anyway, so that was that. We moved on to Valkyrie having a bit of a mental breakdown.
Well-deserved mental
fair play to
breakdown.
her.
Yeah, she's kind of been fucked at every major situation so far.
I think her storytelling is quite on the nose at points.
And they usually lose everything in the end.
And then we've obviously got Flojo coming to be Valkyrie's next best friend. It just seems like
We'll see how long this one lasts. She loses a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, shit's heating up now. Again, I mean, Valkyrie kind of. Mm-hmm. She obviously had that red hot feud with Heather Angelo. I think maybe the Cell match could have been a bit more than what it was. It could have blown off a bit more, like heavily. But then she sort of fell off a little bit for a couple of weeks, and then then it went into the slow build with Ashley, right? Yeah, I think she's really picked it back up. Valkyrie kind of fell out of favor with me for a little bit, but yeah. No, he. Sorry, everyone, if you didn't know that Valkyrie was actually a male in real life. You can put your penises away.
Damn.
I think she needs IDing first, but you know. Anyway.
We don't age check our wrestlers, folks.
Yeah.
I'm actually 16.
Yeah. Anyway. We move on to the continuation. This was Capo's bit. Capo never fails to not entertain me when he writes. Yeah. I think he's...
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, there's one part that gets to me is the fact that it seems like the crowd is absolutely always behind the heel when Capo writes, which is a bit like taking out of the moment, because I honestly see Jess as like the massive underdog face of this, and the fact that the crowd are absolutely against them kind of takes me out of it a wee bit.
I mean, the only thing I'd say was it was a bit long. Like, but
yeah, it did ramble on for a little bit, but it has set up there.
It has got weight to it, so it did its job. So
yeah, it definitely continues the story.
We had a bit just before the actual main event with Nate Ortiz. This
you got a target on your back, son. Better be ready.
Anyway, then we moved on to
if ever there was an endorsement.
It's weird. Mm-hmm. And now we had the main event, the Career versus Championship match inside a steel cage.
Before we start this match, I'd like to say, the second I win this, I become the main event of the pay-per-view. Anyway, yes, this steel cage match that was supposed to always be a don't climb out. Unfortunately, Isla forgot to mention Tyler Jacob J that was the case. Oopsie daisies. We were in a really fucking big rush. I handed this thing in at least a little bit after deadline.
Sometimes you know, you just have to go with whatever time suits you, and if that means inconveniencing everyone else, then so be it.
It's not my fault. This was hard to get done. I handed this thing in like seconds before I had to leave the house.
It is what it is. The match itself was fitting. It didn't feel like it. Like it this sounds kind of weird, but it didn't feel like an F.P.R match, and that's in the best way possible.
Me and Trans are good at that.
Yeah.
We'll just go in and make it look like a
Yeah,
realistic we're trying to fucking kill each other match.
Yeah,
Because we've
you've
done that
obviously
for
faced
so
each
long
other.
now.
Yeah, you've obviously
This
faced
is
each other
how
a
we play
million and one
together.
times. I think the only thing comparable I can
Absolutely.
really say to it is when me and Everett had our match, and that turned out really well. Obviously, some people, yeah,
Turned out to be the match of ambition.
some people had mixed reviews about it. Some people didn't really enjoy it. I genuinely really enjoyed this match. I think you know your character to a T. Trance knows his character to a T.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only
only
did
took
take
2
2
years.
years, but you've got it now, and now you've got the title, you've got the world in your hands, you've got Turmoil in your hands. You can basically make whoever you want now. I mean, just another thing, it's sad to see the end of Trance. Obviously, I've not been here a long time, but he has. He's been here nearly or over a decade, I guess.
I went looking back through the old Lucians. He's been here at least. What Lucian are
13,
we on now? 12 or 13? The first Lucian I was able to actually find was about Resolution 5 or 6, and he was on that card.
Forever.
So he's been here a long, long time.
Pretty much. Hopefully he sticks around in Discord and whatever. But if this is truly the end,
it's the end of the character, but I think the handler's not when they're done.
Yeah.
But the fact that the guy I got to wrestle a retirement match against one of the people who have pretty much helped me get to where I am over these years is honestly quite nice.
Yeah, I know. It was sad, but it was right. It felt right. I mean, hopefully he gets a proper send off. But I guess if he wants this to be a send off, fair play.
I'd see at least some kind of retirement thing happening.
If it doesn't, then that's how people roll, and I can,
I'm going out in the Shield,
and I can respect that about him. There's a lot of years that have gone into Jacob Trance of his life. That Jamie's put into him. I don't know. I'm rambling a bit, but I'm kind of sad. But
yeah, it's quite a shame. It wasn't something that I really wanted to do, but then again, I also wanted to keep the title because it continues the story I'm trying to go for.
Yeah, it
had to be done.
That is the ultimate. Well, I guess scummy thing to do. You've retired Jacob Trance. What else are you gonna do?
It almost actually adds to the story about how originally the first time I think I ever fought for a chance at a world title, it was like a number one contenders tournament, and the person that I fought was Jacob Trance.
Yeah, well,
fucking demolished
what goes
me.
around comes around.
So the fact that 2 years later, I'm the one putting him out of his misery for the belt.
Yeah, so many
adds to it.
So many layers.
And then, And then there's the layer of next month, I'm fighting B17 for the championship since he's number one contender. And it's almost a week to the day that Turmoil 200 happened. The day that I fought for the actual title for the first time, and B17 fucking demolished me.
Yeah, I don't.
So, the stories continue.
Oh, this was something else. There's so many loose ends have been are being tied up now. Yeah. Anyway, this was such a good end to the show. You obviously you're still the world champion. I am now a world champion.
The youngest rookie world
Step
champion.
Your shit up. I can't even buy a beer and I'm world champion, motherfucker.
I'll buy you one.
Anyway, so that was Certified Greatness. I mean, do you have a match of the night?
I feel like the ladder match would have been is either it's kind of the main event, but the ending
Yeah.
almost takes it away from it. But
Yeah,
that was one of
I'd
the
have to
best
give it to
matches
that
of
one.
the
I mean,
night.
I can't give it to Everett and Drago because I would seem too biased. But I did really enjoy that match genuinely.
Yeah, there's a few matches
Yeah.
on the show that could have took it.
Yeah, I
That
think
was
overall
one of
this was
them.
a really good show. Even like from the videos to the RPs, like people are. This is really like starting to kick into gear now. And obviously, yeah,
We're reaching the end game now.
2 months
2 months
solution.
solution.
Then you think people would drop off, but it's not going to happen again. The summer lull is dead
Hopefully not.
officially.
There's now enough people who actually hang
Yeah.
around during the summer to actually keep something
Yeah.
going now.
Yeah. Anyway, my match of the night was Bout versus Ashley. Well done to them too.
It's either that your match or
Yeah.
the Drago match.
Anyway, so it's been really nice talking to you, champ.
You too,
So
champion.
this has been the final word. Thank you all for listening, and we'll catch you on the next pay-per-view in 4 weeks probably, and that will be Road to Glory. Bye bye.
Bye bye.